CRT televisions. Cathode ray CRTs. Cathode ray retro games on CRT. Retro video gaming on cathode ray tube. Today we're going to talk about CRT TVs. CRT TVs stands for cathode ray tube TVs. We're going to talk about tube, the big, the giant, the fucking big. That's right. We're going to talk about these televisions. So when you think of a CRT television, a big old fat tube TV, old school games, CRT televisions, they go hand in hand. They're like bread and butter. They really do. And they're making a little bit of a comeback. Even though this type of television has been dead for the better part of 2 decades, people are still looking for them. Mainly for retro gaming. The retro gamers are looking for the CRT televisions. That's right, they're going all over the internet. They're going on Craigslist. They're hunting for a good old-fashioned deal. Many of the times, they're free. They don't cost a goddamn penny. That's right, they're usually listed as free. And the reason they're free is because the fucking things weigh about 400 pounds and nobody wants to move the goddamn thing. You get a big one, a big old 32-inch Sony, that thing weighs a lot. It's a fatty. Some of you out there might be asking, Pauly, why does somebody want these old-ass TVs that are heavy and dangerous and could explode in your face if you're not careful with them? That's true. Well, there's a few reasons. Even though the technology with CRT TVs is very, very, very archaic, it's old stuff. And in most scenarios, it will not look as good as a decent LCD television that you get today. But even with that being said, some of the pros about CRT televisions perfectly align with retro games and gamers looking to play some old school shit. That's right, yeah. Now, I'm no television scientist. I'm not. I am no LCD engineer. But I did a little bit of research, and there are a few things that really do make CRT TVs a perfect fit if you're trying to play some of those old school retro games. Yeah. First off, resolution. The concept of what resolution this TV is, 1080, 4K, 720, it doesn't matter on CRTs. It's basically just a big fucking light that's gonna shoot the picture to the actual the glass display, the screen. The television has so many dots where it can display so many colors. But the concept of upscaling and downscaling and super sampling and all those things with resolution that you're all used to, it doesn't matter. So think about that. Yeah, right? So instead of having to buy a $400 or $500 video card for your computer, all you have to do is go down to a flea market or, a thrift store, try to find yourself a, $5, $10 computer monitor from E-Machines or some shit from 1998. The second positive thing about tube TVs is motion in video games. Motion is perfect on a CRT TV. That's right. So if you're playing a very fast-paced game, LCD TVs are nice, but a lot of them have problems. A lot of them have problems with motion, weird ghosting effects and light trails, things that you get, things that you're used to getting. Honestly, things that you might have thought were just part of the game. No. CRT, refresh all the fastest motion in real time. It's projecting the motion at the speed of light. And thirdly, input lag. Everyone's shopping around for the best low latency monitor, the best TV for games. Low input lag, no delay from when you hit the button and your little guy bounces around. And guess what? You don't even have to look around when it comes to CRTs because no CRTs contain input lag. It is not a thing, and it is something to behold. I bet there's a lot of those little baby gamers playing old retro games. They probably think that's normal, but there's certain games, whoo-wee. But I'm telling you right now, you little guys, there's probably a lot of you out there, you're used to playing all your retro games on a 36-inch Sylvania LCD screen that was a hand-me-down from grandma, you go to one of these CRTs, it's gonna feel like a whole different beast. I'm not kidding. So here we are. And this is why I'm making the video. Because I'm here to show off a CRT television that I found. Oh boy, and is it a doozy? It might be one of the best, if not the best, CRT TVs that you can find if you're interested in retro gaming. That's right. Well, I better stop talking. I think it's time to reveal. Yeah, let's reveal the thing. Let's reveal the most epic find that I have ever discovered in a local thrift store, nonetheless. Magical price, too. I got it for a magical price of 8 smackaroos. That's right, $8. Anyway, bring it on! So here we go. We have a Disney-themed CRT television. My lord, look at this. This is the perfect kind of television that you're going to want to have. Just look at the thing. It's a television, but it's also shaped like a character from a Disney movie. This one happens to be from the Pixar film Cars. Yeah, look at that. So there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos of people out there on YouTube talking about CRT TVs and they're playing games on it. And I'll be honest, I went through a few of them and they are not good. They are shitty quality films. They are not good videos. It shows the television, which is nice, yeah, sure. But when they're actually playing the game on the television and they're trying to film it, oh, somebody needs to do a couple Google searches of how to film a fucking monitor, because all you're seeing is just white lights, and they have no concept of how to use focus, white balance, simple stuff. Simple stuff. I'm no brainiac, but I was able to figure it out, so I'm sure they could figure it out too. Now, this might not be the best CRT television that money can buy. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I think it's pretty damn good. And I'm gonna try to talk about it a little bit in case you guys are looking out on the streets, in the shops, for a nice little TV that has a little character to it. No pun intended. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the history of the TV, what I know about it, which is not very much. We're gonna go through the features and the design, the picture quality and sound quality. Yeah, it's important. And my overall thoughts. Though Disney was making these bad boys for a long time, it looks like they started it around the early 2000s or so. The characters and the movie themes that they would use would obviously change. There's Mickey Mouse ones, there's Minnie Mouse ones, there's Princess ones, there's Little Mermaid ones. They were designed for little tiny children, but in this case, I'm a full-grown man and I'm loving every second of it. It's a real eye-opener. You have someone over say, "Yo, buddy, what is that magical display over there? What is that?" And then you can tell your story of how you received this cool little television set, right? The thing that's tricky about these guys is that you're not really sure who made the television set, because it seems like it would just completely vary over the years. It would fluctuate. So I can't give you a clear-cut answer. But what I was able to do, I was able to actually see in the vents down here. In the back of the television, you got the normal vents to air out the insanely hot heat. And that comes from the back of the televisions, because CRT TVs are incredibly inefficient when it comes to energy. They consume a ton of power for no good goddamn reason, because they're like 100 years old. I was able to take a peek in there, and I could see the display of the tube. And actually, this one happened to be a Samsung. I was like, oh, good lord, it's a Samsung. That has to be okay, right? I plugged the model number in. It's a very popular TV set that Samsung made. It's a very popular TV DVD combo set, which this actually is. You got the television right here, but the little mouth here is actually a DVD tray. The little DVD comes popping on out, and you can watch some glorious films. Fun fact, though. Fun fact. That model number actually lines up with the same exact Samsung CRT television that's used in the Dreamcast kiosks. When the Dreamcast came out, you could go play it. You could go play some Sonic Adventure. some Soul Calibur. This was this actual model that was used in those kiosks, in the display kiosks, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if that says much about the quality of the TV or not. I don't know. The design of this thing is very neat. It's very slick. And luckily, this one is in fantastic condition. Even the screen itself has no little scratches and no little nicks, which is crazy because if this was bought for a little kid, the first thing kids do is they just hit shit. They just want to smack shit around. I don't even know if it was used. I don't know. There's a lot of detail in this chassis, this Disney character chassis. I'm not gonna lie, it's very neat. All the little writings and stickers on the wheels and on the actual car itself, it's a lot more detailed than you would expect. So I find the design to be very nice. Yeah, I like the design quite a bit. It's very sleek, very cool, something very fancy to show off to all your gamer friends when they come over, right? Yeah. Now this one did not come with a remote. It did not come with a remote control, and I got a little bit worried. I was reading online that if you don't have the remote control, you can't do anything. You can't switch the inputs, can't do nothing. That's a terrible design and a terrible idea for a television made for little children. Kids will be the first ones to lose a remote. So what the fuck are they gonna do? Thankfully, this one is a TV DVD combo. You flip this little bad boy up right here. Here? Where the fuck? There we go. Right here you get the little dials, the little buttons, and you can switch things around, the input, stuff like that. I flipped this guy over to the side to see the sticker that shows when it was made, and look at this! February 2010! Holy smokes! I didn't even think that they made these fucking TVs in 2010. That is very, very recent for a CRT television. I was shocked. I was so excited and happy about that because the actual lifespan that they have, not very long. We're talking 20 to 30,000 hours is what they usually rate it. Say the TV's 20 years old, you do a little math, we're talking limited time. Picture quality does degrade over those years too. So the actual color pop and the clarity and the vibrance of it is not going to be as good if it has, 10,000, 15,000 hours on it. So I'm thinking this bad boy might not have that many hours at all. It might not. And that's a great reason to try to find one of these bad boys. You might be getting a used like new edition. Speakers are usually a pretty nice treat when it comes to tube televisions because the things are fucking big and fat. So there's a lot of room where they can fit the speakers. And in this one, it's pretty interesting. The design's pretty funny. The speakers are actually connected to the side of the television. It doesn't come out of the front. Logically, that would make more sense come out of the front because you're listening to it. You're not standing on the side of the TV to listen to it. But hey, I don't know. So the sound's pretty good. People say it's very important to have great sound from a television. I don't agree. I don't think any televisions come with great sounding speakers. Especially the new ones. They're this fucking thin. What kind of speakers are they putting in that thing? The good news for all you big knuckleheads is that you can just use fucking external speakers of any sort. And they will sound a lot better than what comes on your TV. But with that being said, let's just check these bad boys out. They're not that bad. I mean, they're not the best, but they're really not that bad. And a lot of that has to do with, like I said earlier, it's a big fat thing, so it can fit pretty decent sized speakers in there. Since I appreciate you guys watching, I did a sound test. Yeah, that's right. I microphoned some badass retro tunes from this television and from my other bad boy, which is a 2014 Samsung Plasma. I picked the Plasma because, it's thin, but it's not that thin, so they probably were able to fit a decent sized speaker in there. Don't worry, all the levels are the same, no clipping. I'm not some big nutsack face, I know what I'm doing. So I want you guys to have a little comparison. Tell me what you think, and we'll get back to it, and I'll tell you what I think, because what I think is the right answer, okay? Hey, we're back. What'd you think? I moved the TV because it was a goddamn distraction. I didn't want it around anymore. The speakers are quite good, and I think they're better than the plasma speakers overall. A lot of the deeper bass sounds that we hear from the Genesis, little Disney TV can hold on to those tones a lot better. Manufacturers really don't give a shit about speakers and TVs when they get thinner. Same thing for these CRTs, these cheap CRTs too. But the fact that they can put bigger ones in there, it's just gonna ultimately make it better. At the volume at 80% on both of the televisions. 80% is pretty good because it will be as loud as it can get without it starting to do some of that distortion shit that you get from televisions when you crank it up too loud. Here we go. There we go. The television, I went through the little bit of a history of it, a little bit of the design, I did a little sound test, but here's the real thing. Let's test the games out. That's the most exciting part. We're gonna play a bunch of games. I filmed it as best as I could. It's a little tricky. CRTs are very tricky to film. Even when I get everything right with the settings and the camera, well, I still don't think it looks exactly like it does if you were sitting at home playing it, but it's pretty damn close. And it's light years ahead from what you see all those knuckleheads doing on YouTube with their channel. God, really bad. Don't watch those ones, just watch mine. So let's play some of these games. Let's watch some of these games. You tell me what you think. Come right back here, okay. Actually pleasantly surprised. The colors, they look really nice. They pop really good for such a little piece of junk. So that's pretty much it. If any of you guys were ever thinking about getting some obscure, funny little CRT television to add to your game room or your collection or whatever the hell, I think this is a great pick, especially if you get it for a fantastic price. I mean, $8. That is a hard price to pass up. So maybe I'll do some more. Maybe I'll find more. I'm excited. They're fun to mess around with. They really are. But until then, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoy your retro games. Hopefully, on a good old-fashioned CRT. Alright guys, take care. God bless.